You guys, this was my face through the entirety of this episode. It was amazing. I can't wait to talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, what the heck else are we talking about but Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 2, Episode 10, Highway to Vail. Like the best Real Housewives episode. I could not believe it. Every minute was amazing. I can't wait to break this down with you. Let's get into it. I'm so excited. Well, I'm going to do some housekeeping things real quick, and then I promise we are diving face first into this amazing episode. So next week is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I truly hope you have a wonderful holiday. I don't know what it's going to be like next week, honestly. I might take next week off, so if you don't hear from me, I'll talk to you the week after that. But thank you for everything. I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for shows like this that bring us together to have amazing things to talk about. Also, I wanted to talk about all the amazing things coming up on this channel. We have so many shows coming up that I plan on diving into. Let's see, this week starts Ultimate Girls Trip. It starts on Thursday. Sounds like they're going to drop 3 episodes potentially on Thursday. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'm going to maybe combine all 3 into one episode. We'll see how that goes. And then it's going to be an episode a week after that. That drops on Peacock. So I'll see if I can get it on my YouTube TV or how I end up getting it, so you guys will know too. I'm going to start, I plan on diving in November 24th, Selling Sunset, Season 4 comes out. Again, that's right before Thanksgiving. So if I'm a little late dropping that might happen, but I plan on diving into that. Real Housewives of Miami, they just have December. They don't have the actual date, but that's coming too. You better believe I'll be talking about that. November 3rd, Great British Bake Off. I'm obsessed with that show. The holiday season's coming back. I'm not sure how I'll cover that. Netflix is weird about how to get their stuff, but I will figure it out, and I will get it to you. I will probably do an episode. I don't know if we'll do the whole thing, but we'll talk about it because I love that show. And lastly, Emily in Paris, Season 2. Got some mixed reactions on Season 1. I loved it because I love Paris. It's cheesy, my kind of cheese. But I did get a lot of views, so I will probably dive into Season 2. We'll see. So let me know what your thoughts are, what you're looking forward to watching, if you have a show coming up that you want to talk about, let me know in the comments. I welcome it. And let me know what you're looking forward to, and let's dive into this amazing episode. This picture's so good, isn't it? Okay, so it's Vail Travel Day. We're flashing back to Jen saying she got a phone call and Sharif has internal bleeding. You know, there's so many things that bother me about Jen, but it bothers me that she used Sharif in saying that he's got internal bleeding, which would freak anybody out. And just to use that as your excuse, it just shows what a shitty human being she is. Homeland Security is there. Lisa's like, I'm calling Stu. And Heather asked, should I call Jen? What if she's on the run? I could give her a heads up. I kind of love Heather. I mean, I don't want to give Jen any kind of help, but I kind of love that that's where Heather's head goes. Whitney calls her husband. Heather's calling Jen. No answer. She's just saying, you know, she had texted her and said, cops just showed up at Beauty Lab and Laser. They need to talk to you. Make sure you're okay. Lisa calls John crying, saying she thought it was a prank. I love Jenny in this episode, you guys. Jenny was me. She was just sitting back, kind of smiling, drinking a beer. I kind of loved seeing everybody else freak out. I'm not trying to be heartless, you know. 30 years is insane, like, to be facing down, but I don't know if she did these things, but if she did, bye-bye. You know, I don't know what to say. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, and then we find out later more crazy things that we'll talk about, so bye-bye. Okay, so Lisa is calling her attorneys. Shit got weird, right? She called 8 attorneys. We saw her on the phone with each one. We're flashing back and forth with Meredith, who is touring this huge house in Vail. Can I just say, Meredith, okay. I liked Meredith last season. She bugs the shit out of me this season. She really does. Is it just me? This breastplate look is awful. Do you guys think so too? She looks, I don't know what the proper word is, deformed. It just looks terrible on her. And now she keeps wearing these, are they called tuxedo dresses? Suit jacket dresses? I don't know. I think she's a stunning woman. I know you're not supposed to talk about people's looks, but that's what we do. We're talking about housewives. So I'm going to talk about the way she dresses. It's terrible. I think it's as awful as her personality. I don't know. I know. I'm sorry. If you're a Meredith fan, I get it. Leave me in the comments. Tell me why I'm wrong. But I don't get her. I don't get her voice. I don't get her personality. I don't get her outfits. And I'm so glad they're not really showing Brooks this season because I don't get him either. So Lisa is trying to figure out how did Homeland Security know where she was? Hey, dipshit, you're on a reality show. They probably have a filming schedule. That just really cracked me up. That seemed to be a big mystery with everybody. But Jenny, again, is like, hey guys, they didn't just start investigating her today. Like, hello. Okay, so Lisa is on the phone with her husband. I love the shade here. She is kind of trying to whisper in a quiet van full of your girlfriends where she's saying, I think Meredith may know something. Like, okay, everybody just heard that. If it was really a secret, maybe just text John that. Anyway, so they bring up the NYPD and why they're there. I didn't even realize she had to do with New York. Holy shit. Whitney is explaining the lead generation thing, and she was always curious because of her lifestyle and what these marketers make. It didn't make sense. Hello, we've all been saying that. Make it make sense. The money doesn't make sense. I kept thinking, I don't know about coaching jobs, but I don't think they pay that well. I mean, they probably pay well, but not that well. Good God. Even if she rented her house, like insane money. They bring up the $80,000 party for Meredith. I bet she wished she didn't throw that. Throwing out $100 bills on party bus. How did she get her money? Okay. So, back and forth, right? They end up calling Meredith and they're kind of telling her what's going on, right? And she's like, I'm not surprised. By the way, my Lisa Barlow and Meredith impressions are the same voice because they both have that strange way of speaking. That strange, I don't move my jaw when I speak kind of way with the weird eyebrows and stuff. It's just something I noticed. The difference to me is I know everybody hates Lisa this season. I don't. I could see where she'd bug the shit out of everybody. She doesn't bug me. I find her entertaining. I don't so much with Meredith. I also don't find Mary entertaining. I know a lot of people do. Her facial expressions are fun, but her personality sucks. And I found her to be kind of a hypocrite this episode. But we'll talk about that. So she goes in and Meredith's in the bath and she says that's bad etiquette. And I am saying that incorrectly because I had to back it up twice. She does say it's bad etiquette. And I found that funny. Lots of stuff going on. Mary arrives. Meredith's in the tub. Who cares? Back in Vail, we do see... Sorry, not in Vail. Back in Utah, we see Jen coming out. Whoopsie. Not saying anything. Probably on advice of attorney. The girls are trying to figure out who knew her best. And... it's just so funny because each one's whispering, I think Lisa knew something. I think Whitney knows something. I don't think anybody knew what she was doing. I think Heather nailed it. We thought what she was doing was icky, not illegal. I don't have the exact... she thought it was unsavory, not illegal. We got this incredible footage on the raid of the house. I really want to know how that happened. I'm surprised Jen would turn it over. I guess production has access to it. I don't know, but holy crap. We see the producer showing up trying to get to Jen, and they're like, no, talk to Coach Shah, can't come here. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm jumping all around, I know. The girls here are arriving, but before that, when Mary arrives, and she's talking about her etiquette, to greet people, you need to be dressed and all this, and she didn't believe when she heard from Robert Sr. what had happened. She saw it on the news. She doesn't know how Meredith doesn't have compassion. Mary says this, and I was like, oh my God, last week, didn't we hear the most horrible text messages that you wrote to Whitney? Now, I know these are not the same things, and I know that's not exactly compassion that you need, but your friend, you were hurting, you said the most god-awful things to her, and I don't know, I found her to be a huge hypocrite throughout this episode, especially the things I've heard about her alleged cult, not church, and the stuff going on there. I'm looking forward to next week. We'll just say that, when it sounds like things are coming out and coming to light. Okay, so the girls are there, right? And so much going on. So Meredith's still in the tub. I don't know why we're stretching that part out. They made a big deal about that. I think it was just to show that she was calm and cool and relaxed. The other girls, not so much. Okay, they decide that they're all going to get together and kind of talk about how they feel. It kicks off with Meredith saying, "What does everyone think?" Whitney says that the authorities had a ping on Jen's location. They arrested her on the side of the road. So they say, "Oh, she was running." Mary says she's fleeing the scene for sure. I just kind of love that Mary's taking these jabs at Jen. Again, I can't wait for the documentary to come out on Mary, so I can be right there jabbing her as well. I think that'll be hilarious. I feel like there's more to it than we know. Again, Jenny points out it's been since 2012 that this is going on. I really like Jenny this episode, by the way. I found her funny. I found her a delight. Sometimes she's a little intense, but I really liked her on this episode. I like anybody that'll go up against Mary. I think that's great. Okay. Okay. What am I doing? Stop everything. Here's where we get the story with Meredith. Holy balls. In late September, I had 8 missed calls from Jen saying, "I was trying to get into your store. It was closed. I banged on the door. Your manager reopened it for me." You guys, when I started hearing this story, I got chills. Obviously, I knew we were leading to something good. I had no idea where we were going. Okay, so the manager lets Jen in and her entourage after hours. First of all, rude. I worked retail a long time. Rude. That manager just wants to go home. Jen wants to come in and be like, "They let me in after hours." I know how that goes. That blows. Okay. So the manager ends up calling Meredith afterwards and says Jen spent a few hundred. That's not the weird part. Dun, dun, dun. I really thought she was going to say Jen bought the whole store or some shit, spent thousands of dollars. I don't know. There's a green clutch. I know it was here. Her friends were holding it. And it's gone. And you guys, we got the video footage. Holy shit. Who is this person? What an awful piece of shit. Like, screw this guy. Stealing a clutch from a friend's store. That's terrible. I really did not understand the story at first. I thought she was saying Jen was a part of it. It doesn't sound like she was, but it was somebody in her entourage. And I'm sorry, but if somebody in your entourage steals from anybody, that's it. But especially if they steal from a friend, that's double it. That's awful. So I'm so glad Meredith spoke up. I'm surprised this didn't come out sooner, but it didn't. So anyway, the Meredith encouraged the manager to send Jen a text and gently ask her, "Did you borrow it?" So the next day, she ends up getting a call back 30 seconds later saying it will be returned the next day. So there's footage. Holy crap, I just couldn't believe that store. It's unbelievable. Yes, Mary, that was my face too. Mary wants to know what kind of clutch it was because that matters to her. Lisa thinks it's a misunderstanding. No, not with a 30-second phone call. Meredith says it had been mentioned to her previously that she's red flagged at Louis Vuitton, Jenna's, because she pays in cash. That I found a little harder to believe. Do they care if you pay in cash? I don't know. I don't shop there. I just wondered, is there a red flagging list? She's saying it might be true. It might be gossip. It's fun to gossip. I don't know. Lisa has the best line here where she says, "Being red flagged at Louis Vuitton is worse than the feds knocking at my door." Heather tells a story where she sent an Uber she sent Jen home on an Uber. So Jen apparently left her house at 11:30. She got out of the Uber about a half mile into the trip with no communication. And they kind of want to know what? Lisa's like, why? Sorry. No, Whitney asks Lisa, "Why are you curious?" And Lisa seems to maybe know something. They're asking if she met up with a guy. So Jenny's saying, "You know more than you portray that you know." And Lisa says, "I don't know what happened that night." Whitney says, "If we don't share, we're in danger." I love that drama. That's right, girl. We're in danger. We need to know all the details. I need to know everything. I need to know Jen's bank account information. We're in danger if we don't know that. I'm in danger. I need to know. I need to know if Coach Shah knew. That really bothers me, and I'm hoping that he did not know what was going on. I also need to know every detail about Stu. Now, I'm hearing from other podcasts, I believe it was Bitch Sesh, that brought it up and said that supposedly Stu's wife had no idea that he was working with Jen and he was on a reality show. What? How does that work? I need to know all the details there. What? Did you not think you'd be found out? That doesn't even make sense. I need to know everything. How much money did Stu make off all this? What was his involvement? Because it sounds like he was pretty involved. So I have a lot of questions, you guys. Oh, my mind is blown. But damn, this was a good episode. One of my favorite Real Housewives episodes ever. So good. Man, I could talk about this for 4 hours. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I don't know what... I'm back with Below Deck tomorrow night, so look for that. Probably take some of next week off. So if you don't hear recaps from me, happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to get on this Housewife All-Star thing. I don't know if I'll get them out this week. We'll see. I think they come out on Thursday. We're just going to take it as it comes, right? We'll see how it goes. May get them out over the weekend. I don't know. We'll be on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic week. Thank you for everything. Come back for Below Deck. Oh, yeah. Also, I'm covering holiday/Christmas movies if you're into that sort of thing. So I just did The Holiday. Check that out. I did Christmas Vacation. Check that out too. And thank you guys so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. I love you all so much. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.